So last week we spoke about general diet things. Today, like we said, today we'll go into specifics.
Yes, please.
First of all, how does food control our health?
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc, for the question. And I also want to use this platform to appreciate everyone listening to us this afternoon. And what I will say is that diet or food plays a crucial role in influencing one's health and well-being. So, food is very important to the body. Quoting from Hippocrates, he says that let food be thy medicine, which means that food is medicine to the body.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, there's a direct link between what we eat and how healthy we are.
Yes.
Generally, when we eat something, what happens? What happens to the food that we eat?
Okay, so generally when we eat, what happens is that there's digestion of what you've eaten.
And it starts where?
It starts from the mouth.
Okay.
So carbohydrates, starches. So there's digestion, there's absorption. And after the absorption, there's a lot of metabolism that goes to play before there will be excretion of what you have eaten. So the waste of that food you've eaten. So there's digestion, absorption, excretion, basically.
So digestion starts in the mouth.
Yes.
We produce an enzyme in the mouth called what? Amylase.
Amylase, yes.
And the amylase starts breaking down the carbohydrates.
The carbohydrates, yes.
So then the food goes from your mouth down into your stomach.
Yes.
And then the stomach muscle starts the digestive process, mixing the food with the secretions that are there, the acid and everything.
Yes.
And then the food goes from the stomach to the small intestine.
Yes.
And that is the major source of absorption.
Absorption,
right?
Yes.
And so the food is now absorbed from the stomach, from the small intestine.
Yes, please.
Into the bloodstream, and then carries into the liver.
Yes.
The liver then breaks it down into the various components.
Yes.
Am I right so far?
Yes, metabolism.
And then after that, the food is now distributed.
Yes.
So let's be specific, carbohydrates in particular.
Okay.
We break down the carbohydrates into what?
Okay, so what we call monosaccharides, so glucose, fructose, and the last one is galactose.
So those are sugars.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happens to the sugars once they've entered the bloodstream?
Okay, so when they enter the bloodstream, they are being absorbed by what we call the pancreas.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
So the pancreas, you have the beta.
The pancreas releases insulin.
Insulin, yes.
And the insulin causes the sugar to go where?
So it goes into the body cells.
Into the cells.
Yes.
So the sugar goes. So the pancreas goes up. The insulin is produced by the pancreas.
Yes.
The pancreas goes. The insulin level goes up.
Yes.
The sugar in the blood is now told to go into the cells.
Yes.
For the cells to be able to use the sugar.
To make use of it.
And the brain and the muscles especially like to use sugar.
Yes, please.
So the excess sugar then goes where?
It's being stored in the liver as glycogen.
So excess sugar then goes into the liver as glycogen which can be recalled whenever you need energy.
Yes.
And the rest of the sugar goes where?
So the rest of the sugar goes to the muscle.
No, the muscle has taken the
Okay. So now the excess rest of the sugar now is being converted and stored as fat. Yes.
Okay. So if I eat a certain amount of carbohydrates,
yes,
and it breaks down into sugar,
yeah,
and then the muscle and the brain take their sugar,
yes,
and the liver takes their sugar,
yes,
and there's no sugar left, that means there's no fat, right?
Okay, you can say it that way.
That means essentially because those two take theirs first,
yes,
and the rest will go into fat.
Yes.
So that means my fat that on my body is because my carbohydrate consumption is generally more than my body can use
at a time,
and therefore the excess goes into fat.
Yes.
Now the reason I was asking this question in this format and this explanation is for us to understand that our fat building process is the way we store excess
energy. Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, please.
So if you are gaining fat, it means you have excess
energy.
That means you are eating too much. Is that right?
Yes, and you're not expending.
I'm assuming all things being equal.
Okay.
Your expenditure level is, it's kind of straight. You are expending as usual.
As usual, okay.
But if you are getting fat, then the fat is coming from the fact that the energy that you are consuming, as in the food that you are consuming, is more than your body needs.
More than your body needs.
And therefore, we store the rest as fat.
Fats, yes.
Why do we store fat? Why do we store fat? Why did the body store fat?
Okay. So fats is needed for the body in a sense that fat insulates your body organs.
Okay.
Fat also, I will say that so after the insulation,
yes.
so fat also needed. Fat also produces energy for the body.
So we've talked about fat being an energy store already.
Okay.
So that means it insulates the body.
Yeah.
It's also a store of energy. So that in times of lean and hunger,
yes,
we burn
it comes into
fat.
place for you.
Okay. So that is the rule that is there. So if you take protein, it goes through a similar mechanism.
Yes.
But we don't typically store protein as energy.
Yes.
We use it for repair
of worn out tissues.
Of worn out tissue.
Body.
If you are bodybuilding, it helps you
also
it helps you to build bulk.
Yes.
So the end result is that you get. So the bodybuilders eat a lot of protein.
A lot of protein. Yes.
A lot. Because sometimes when you read them online, they are drinking, eating 12 eggs and a steak, like 3 steaks a day, and things of that sort, just to enable them to. So in the light of. So that's what happens when we eat. Yes. And that's how the food is distributed. Within our system.
Yes.
So how does this food then prevent disease?
Okay. So there's what we call inflammation.
Okay.
When the body is inflamed, which is linked to chronic diseases like heart diseases, diabetes, liver cholesterol. Food, when it's taken in a healthy way, becomes medicine to the body. So, for example, let's pick from healthy fats. So, sources of healthy fats like unsaturated fats, monosaturated, polysaturated. So, examples like olive oil. Then let's go to fishes that has omega-3 fatty acid. This omega-3 fatty acid is an anti-inflammatory food product that prevents inflammation. So the body, so now this fat we are taking, this healthy fat, becomes medicine to the body. Aside, let's look at proteins also. Let's just talk about blood formation. You know, the blood is hemoglobin. So you have your iron, you also have your globulin, which is protein. So dietary protein also helps with blood formation. When maybe someone undergoes you suffer from any burns, there's an injury, proteins helps with repair of worn out tissues. Let's go to vitamins and minerals, something like vitamin K. It helps with blood clotting. So now it becomes impactful to the body. So eating healthily can help the body, improve the body status, reduce risk of chronic conditions.
What's the relationship between vitamin C and scurvy?
Okay.
So, in the olden days, when you took, especially those who were on the ships traveling long distance, they always had to have some lemons and things with them because they realized the fact that by the time they get to the end of the station, their teeth are all rotten. Yeah. So they had to have some kind of something, a fruit or something that have vitamin C inside. That will ensure that it protects them against those things. Yeah. And that is me, when I get a cold, I make sure that I take a lot of vitamin C because it has been protective against, at least for me, that's my experience. Immunity. With our immunity. Yes. So food, our proteins help us, fats help us, vitamins help us, and all of these help us prevent certain kinds of diseases from occurring.
Yes, please.
All right. So, what would we say is a healthy diet?
Okay. So when we talk about a healthy diet, you're talking about a dietary pattern so I'm just going to talk about some components or key components that makes a particular diet a healthy one. To declare a particular diet as a healthy diet, one of the key components is wide variety of foods. So a healthy diet has variety of foods. Aside that...
Is there variety of colors too?
Variety of foods.
But not colors.
Oh, colors as in, colors, yes. So there's variety. There's nutrient density. It makes that food healthy. Aside nutrient density, there is macronutrients also that has to be balanced in that portion of meal you are eating. So you can have carbohydrates, protein, fat in there, but they are not balanced. It can also affect the body. Aside that, portion control also makes a diet a healthy diet. So just talking about the 4 components, there should be variety, there should be nutrient density, there should be a balanced macronutrients range. There should be portion control. Also, that particular diet should be adequate in fiber, limited like processed foods. So high fiber, limited processed foods, healthy fats and oils, nuts and seeds. That comes with the vitamins and minerals.
All are inside.
Yes. Hey, to declare a particular meal as a healthy diet.
The impression when we were younger was just carbohydrates, protein,
nuts
fats,
and seeds.
And a little
vitamins and minerals are from that.
A little bit of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, so they all comes with the vitamins and minerals.
We need all those things too.
All those things
micronutrients and things all.
Macronutrients, micronutrients, they are all needed inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying diet you made here. I thought it was simple, but it's going to be a lot more complex than that. We shall take our first break. We have a song from Joe Metal called Kadosh. That's a nice song. We'll be with you soon.
You're tuned in to Z 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Upon the throne, hey! He alone is worthy of our praise. Say, Kadosh, 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 is the Lamb of God who sits upon the throne. Say, He Kadosh, Kadosh.
I'm sorry to have to interrupt that song, but if you leave it up to me, we'll play it for the next 1 hour. This is Z 101.9 FM. The program is the Z Wellness Link. Your host is Dr. Padiaite, and our guest is Nana Kwame Ewusi-Akung, a dietitian, and we are talking about our diet and our health. Nana Kwame, so you've explained to us what a healthy diet is supposed to be. Please give us an example. So for breakfast tomorrow morning, what should I eat? That would be an example of a healthy diet.
Okay, so for breakfast, you can take whole wheat porridge.
Whole wheat porridge.
Yes.
That's the wheat. What you call wheat?
Yes, wheat porridge, wheat cocoa. Okay. Wheat porridge.
With sugar.
You can add sugar. It depends on the portion.
How much sugar?
So let's say 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons.
Which is equated to 2 cubes of sugar.
So like 2 cubes of sugar.
Yeah,
let's
so 10
cubes.
grams.
So 2 cubes of sugar. How much sugar can we safely consume a day? As in sugar.
A day.
How many grams?
Grams. Okay, so it depends on looking at the carbohydrate portions you have for the day. But it's 5 grams. So I can say maybe you can take maybe not more than 3 cubes of sugar
in a day.
Maybe at a time.
1 cube is 2 grams.
1 cube is 5 grams of carbohydrate.
1 cube of sugar is?
It's 5 grams, yes.
Oh, you put to why? 1
cube is 5. So 3 at least for breakfast is fine.
Okay.
Yes.
So how many cubes of sugar can I take in a day? That's what I want to know.
In a day? Not more than 6.
Okay, the whole day?
The whole day.
Okay. So I can use 3 for my cocoa?
Yes.
For my wheat, not cocoa, wheat.
For your wheat porridge.
Okay, please go on.
Okay, so when it comes to bread, I would prefer wheat bread.
I've told you that I don't like
because
that.
But the diet must be colorful.
You mean whole wheat bread?
Whole wheat bread.
Is that brown bread? By that you mean brown bread?
Ghanaians call it brown bread.
Yeah, so whole wheat bread, not wheat
yes.
bread. My argument is that even the white bread too is wheat bread. So I don't understand why they call the brown one wheat bread. And the white one, is it corn bread or is millet bread?
Okay, so I'll choose that one.
Okay, so whole wheat bread. All right.
Okay, then I'll advise that you can smear it with maybe granite paste.
With peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Can I add jelly to it or just the peanut butter?
Just the peanut butter.
I can't add the jelly. The jelly will increase my sugar level.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. So peanut butter, no jelly.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you do on a snack, so you can also.
No. Have you finished?
Yeah.
Where's my egg?
Okay. Oh, you want an egg? Okay. You want everything complete.
Give me a full.
Okay.
Breakfast. My fancy blood is showing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay, so I'll add 1 boiled egg to it.
1 boiled egg to it.
Yes, with some few vegetables to it. So like coleslaw. So we have cucumber on it.
So some coleslaw. Coleslaw is
coleslaw. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I have some steamed carrot sentence?
Oh yes.
Flavored with some small seasoning beef to make the carrots.
Yes. Make it nice. You can have it.
Okay. No meat. No breakfast meat.
So we have 1 protein. Animal protein, egg.
So I have 1 egg.
Yes.
If I have the egg, I can't have sausage.
I would not recommend sausage. You can have maybe.
Can I have a burger?
No.
Why not? It means meat. How are you restricting my diet?
I'm not restricting your diet. I want what is best for you. Yeah.
All right. So my breakfast is whole wheat porridge with a little bit of sugar, milk. I can have milk.
You can have milk.
I can have milk. Yeah. A slice or 2 of brown bread.
Brown bread, yes.
With peanut butter and then an egg. Yeah. All right. So that's breakfast. Lunch.
So lunch, I'll recommend maybe kinky, ga kinky.
Ga kinky. Why do you recommend ga kinky?
Because of the fiber.
Because ga kinky is made with the fiber.
The fiber.
And the fiber content is what we need for our gut bacteria.
Yes.
I understand that the gut bacteria feed on the fiber.
Yes.
And so if you give it fiber, your gut bacteria will be healthy.
Yes.
If you give it processed food with no fiber, your gut bacteria will not be healthy.
Not be healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have to feed yourself and feed the gut.
Feed the gut
bacteria too.
Yes. Okay. So then you add maybe I'll prefer soup like okra.
But I can have it with pepper and.
Oh, you can do with pepper.
And
yes,
fish.
so pepper with fish.
And or sardine.
So let's say pepper with tilapia. Yes.
I can't have sardine. I want sardine.
Oh, you can have sardine. Omega-3 fatty acid.
Omega-3 is healthy.
Omega-3. But tilapia also has omega-3. Yes, salmon also has omega-3.
Yes.
So you have that. You can have some onions chopped aside, tomatoes chopped aside.
Okay.
Yes, as a whole meal for you. So it's completely
What if I
different.
add an egg to it? You know the way they fry the egg and add it to
Yeah, they
this
fry
thing?
egg.
So
Some
I can
people add veggies inside.
So I have the egg. So what if I have the kinky with the pepper and egg and fish and prawns and Ketasku boys?
Okay, that's cool, boys. Okay. I would say it's not balanced
Why?
because the protein portions are
It's
very
too much.
high. It's too much.
I'll reduce the carbohydrate to balance. I can't do that.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So I have. So I can have the egg and the fish
And the
and
fish.
the salmon,
The salmon.
and I should pack the other ones for the next meal.
For the next meal.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's for lunch.
Yes.
Okay.
Then in the evening,
Mhm.
I recommend that maybe you have maybe brown rice with some cabbage stew or tomato stew
Mm-hmm.
with your fishes in there. If you want to do meat, I'll recommend a lean meat. So if it's chicken without the skin on top, it's advisable. It's fine. So brown rice with your stew, that cabbage stew. You can do contomere stew. You can do garden egg stew with your fishes in there, plus your lean meat, which is maybe chicken without skin. Fine. Then the oil that you're going to use for the stew is also very important for us.
Okay.
Yes, it should be unsaturated.
What is that?
So answer examples.
Yes.
So you can use olive oil.
Olive oil.
You can use sunflower oil. Soya bean.
The seed oils, me have a fight with them.
Have a fight. We wonder how they have.
The seed oil,
Oils,
all of them,
the
they be machine. You
Very
know?
machine, yes.
They be machine.
So a
I like-
vegetable oil.
I like Professor Akosa's definition of oil. When you put it down and you boil it, and oil comes on top,
Comes on
that is
top.
oil.
That is oil.
If you boil it and oil doesn't come
Doesn't
on
come
top,
on top.
they be machine oil. Yeah. So palm oil is good.
Okay, so palm oil
Mm-hmm.
is, I would say, it's good.
Yes.
And
It's good for
so
the
it's
eyes.
good for the eyes.
Yes.
But there are some specific conditions you can't take palm oil all the
You
time.
don't recommend. Which ones are those?
So like you have hyperlipidemia.
Okay.
Palm oil is saturated fat,
Okay.
so it can raise your LDL. So
We'll have a fight on that one before we close. We'll get there.
yes, okay,
So
okay.
We'll put palm oil on pause for now.
For now, okay.
Why do we like olive oil?
Olive oil.
Why do you
because,
recommend olive oil?
okay, because it's, I would say it's because it's unsaturated. Yes, that's why we prefer
Because
olive oil.
we generally prefer unsaturated oils compared
Yes.
to saturated oils.
Saturated oils.
All right. So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
My
But
engineer.
please a snack.
you enjoying
Please
the
a
food?
snack. Oh, please. I want us to do
You
one
ask if you-
snack, maybe a bedtime snack.
So wait, hold on. Breakfast is what time?
So within 6 to 8:30 a.m.
So between 6 a.m. to 8:30.
Yes.
Lunch is what time?
So 12 to 1 p.m.
12 to 1. Do I have a
Yeah.
snack between breakfast and lunch?
Or if you prefer, if you want to have it, you can
What
have
would you recommend for that mid-morning snack?
mid-morning snack. Maybe one apple.
An apple.
Yes.
No,
an
give me a
apple.
local fruit.
a local fruit.
A
Oh, the-
non-imported fruit.
Banana
A banana. I can have a banana.
Yes.
Okay. Middle of the
Yes.
day banana with granuts.
with granuts.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That,
Yeah,
that's
nuts
my
and
nut.
seeds.
My nut
Nuts
allocation
and
for the day.
seeds.
You haven't given me my nut allocation
Yes,
for the
yes,
day. Okay.
yes.
So I have like 10:30. I have a banana or two
Yes.
bananas
2 bananas, okay.
with some granuts.
granuts to it. Yes.
Banana and granuts has just a nice feel
A nice
to it.
feeling,
I've
yeah.
gone to other countries. They don't eat banana with granuts.
Granuts.
I wonder how they survive.
Oh.
It's a feeling that
It's a feeling, has a
different,
feeling,
special
indeed.
feeling.
Yes.
Okay, so I have my bananas and groundnuts.
Yeah.
Then lunch, I have had my kinky with ground pepper
Yes.
and
Chopped vegetables.
vegetables
added
and
to it,
cooked
your
with-
fish.
I
top.
have some friend who loves making fresh pepper. You can
Fresh
eat fresh pepper with anything. So you can imagine having that with some freshly ground pepper and some thick slab of fish that you have gotten that, you grilled it and,
So delicious.
I'm hungry.
And healthy.
Okay, so we've had that, and we've had the dinner that we had
All right.
a bit of brown rice and a stew.
Yes.
Okay, so do I have a mid-afternoon? Do I have a high tea mid-afternoon?
Okay,
Something?
so depending on maybe your physical activity during the day, if you are maybe a vigorous physical activity person, then we can also have another snack again in the afternoon.
Okay.
But if you are a sedentary worker,
You suggest no snack.
No. Yes.
All right. Then dinner is around what time?
So dinner is within 4 to latest by 5:30.
Latest by 5:30. We should try and eat before 6.
Eat before 6.
Finish eating before 6.
Finish eating before 6.
Okay. And then bedtime snack.
Bedtime
do I have a
snack.
bedtime snack?
Still depending on your physical activity during the day, but you can have a bedtime snack. But I also want to add this. It's also part of healthy eating because it's a dietary pattern.
Okay.
So exercise. You can do brisk
I'll
walking.
come back. You give me my bedtime snack. I'll come back to exercise.
Okay, bedtime snack. You can take one orange.
So I can have an orange for bedtime snack.
Bedtime snack, yes.
And then, okay, just before. How late? Assuming I go to bed at 10.
Okay. So maybe around 7 p.m.
Around 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
If I want to, I can
If you want to have a snack, you can have
Can
it.
I have a cup of tea?
I will say no.
Why not?
Okay, depending on
okay.
what's the components
I'm
of that
having
tea.
a cup of Earl Grey, black, no milk, with a cube of sugar.
Oh, it's fine.
I can have
Then
that.
it's fine.
Yeah, I
yes.
can have a cup
You
of
can
tea
have,
in the evening.
yes,
Or
you can.
chamomile tea,
Yes.
just to wind down and get some sleep or something. Okay.
Yes, please.
So that should work.
Sure.
Now, in the light of all the food I'm eating, and considering that I have a sedentary life, when should I go to exercise?
Okay. So I will recommend you can have it early morning.
Early morning exercise. Hey,
Yes.
Charlie, I can't live, you have to leave the house early.
Okay, then.
So when am I going to? If I'm leaving the house at 5:30,
okay.
when am I doing the exercise?
Okay,
There are
so-
tips around too. I can
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I recommend evening time after your last meal.
Your last meal.
Yes. So you can go for a walk, at least 30 minutes brisk walking.
30-minute brisk walk.
walking. Yes.
So if my office is in Accra and because of traffic at 5, I try to eat before I come home. Let's assume that I try to eat
Before you
my
come home.
dinner before I come home.
Yes.
Let's assume.
Yes.
That means I need to walk
Yeah.
in my office area
Yes. So you have to cover some distance before
I set off my drive home.
Yes.
Because otherwise, by the time you get to me, it will be too
to be
late.
too late. Yes. But at work too, in the afternoon, when you have free times, there are some stretches you can also do.
Okay.
There are all forms of physical activity, lifting your hands and all that, standing, just trying to have a nice song just to release stress. It's a physical activity.
Talking about that, I saw a post where a lady was talking about the fact that if you do 10 squats, it's like 3 or 4 times, 4 or 5 times a day. It's equivalent to taking a 30-minute walk, like in the
because of the
evening.
intensity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she said, you can do it a couple of times during the day if you know that it will be difficult for you
For
to
you
get in
to-
exercise later in the day.
Yes. And
And I guess you can do 10 squats in your clothes unless they are really tight. We should be able to do
Yes,
10
you should be able
squats,
to do that.
Even if you are wearing jeans, you can do 10
yes.
squats. You
Every
should be able to do-
afternoon you're on a break, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a couple of times a day.
Yes.
Then that would help meet our exercise requirements.
Yes, please.
Hey, we've spent. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our second break. Our song is Mala by Luigi McLean. Thank you.
Z 101.9 FM.
I will sing, I will dance, I will praise.
Z 101.9 FM.
You put a new song in my mouth. Yeah. It's been you from the day that I was born. Lord, your love has carried me this far. For your grace and your mercy that you showered over me, I will sing of your love forevermore. It's been you from the day that I was born. Lord, your love has carried me this far. For your grace and your mercy that you showered over me, I will sing of your love forevermore. Hey, my love, my joy, in the morning when I rise. For all you've done, and for all that you will do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Through the trouble and the pain, sing for all you've done, and for all that you will do. Yeah, my love, my joy. When I count my blessings, I name them one by one. It's clear to see testimony for the hope and the joy that the world can take away. I will sing of your love forevermore. See, when I count my blessings, I name them one by one. It's clear to see my life is a testimony, yeah, for the hope and the joy that the world can take away. I will sing of your love forevermore. Say, my love, my joy, in the morning when I rise. For all you've done, and for all that you will do, yeah. My love, my joy, yeah.
It's your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
For all you've done, and for all you will do, yeah, yeah. My life, my love, my joy, hey.
Z 101.9 FM.
This is Z 101.9 FM, and you are listening to the Z Wellness Link. Welcome back. My name is Dr. Padiaite, and my guest is Nana Kwame Akum, Ewusi Akum.
Yes.
And we are talking about our diet and our health. Nana Akum,
Okay.
are there some conditions that are caused by a bad diet?
Yes. Okay. So yes. So yes. I'll say yes. So conditions like diabetes can be caused by bad diet. Hyperlipidemia caused by bad diet. So we call gout, a condition called gout, caused by bad diet. Liver diseases. So yes, non-alcoholic liver disease.
Even alcoholic liver
Alcoholic
disease.
liver, yes. Because alcohol is counted as a calorie.
Yes,
In
an empty
dietetics.
calorie.
An empty
I hear.
calorie, yes. Can make you feel full, lose appetite and all that. But it's a calorie, so empty calorie can cause that. Renal conditions also, diet can play a role. So bad diet can affect kidneys also.
I mean, the diet is not the only cause,
Yes.
but it's a significant contributing
yes,
factor,
can
because if
contribute.
you have the genetic disposition to have diabetes, but you have a very, very good diet, it may
Diet.
never get the opportunity to manifest because
Yes.
you are not,
Because
your diet is not giving you the right environment and the
Yes.
right signal to be able to
Yeah.
do that. So in the light of that, are there some conditions that can be modified by changing your diet?
yes.
Please tell us about how we can do that.
Okay, so let's talk about diabetes.
Diabetes, yes.
Okay. So with diabetics, there are about 4 things we do for diabetics when it comes to nutrition. The first thing we look at is their meal timing. Because when you have inconsistent meal timing, sugar control too is very poor. So in helping a diabetic nutritionally, I'll look at the meal timing. First thing, it should be appropriate and also consistent. So I help do that. Second thing is a meal choice, is a particular food you are eating also can play a role in worsening your diabetes. So when it comes to the meal choice, we're looking at low glycemic index foods,
Okay.
low refined carbohydrates, and high fiber or high complex carbohydrates.
Give me examples.
So examples of examples of high glycemic index which can cause sugar
So high
spiking.
glycemic food. When we talk about diets, we tend to talk about things that you shouldn't eat. I'm trying to encourage us talking about things
Things
that
we should eat. Okay, yes.
But okay,
Yes, yes.
For this one only occasion, you are allowed to talk about things we shouldn't eat.
Oh, but
So
yeah.
what are the high glycemic foods that generally are not helpful if you are diabetic?
Okay, so white rice.
White rice.
Yes.
Okay. White rice.
Yes.
It spikes your sugar.
Yes.
Okay.
Sugar sweetened beverages.
Sugar sweetened beverages. So that you're talking about soft drinks.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
soft drinks.
Yes. Too much processed foods also.
Over processed foods.
Over processed foods.
Because they tend to be low fiber.
Low fiber.
And therefore fast absorption. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
So
right. So those are the bad boys.
yes.
What are the good boys?
The good boys. Okay. So we are looking at. We can't talk about this without talking about fiber.
Okay.
High fiber diet. Examples.
Yes.
So whole grains like oats,
Oats,
millet,
millet,
Yes, there's wheat also as a whole grain there. There's brown rice also. Okay, so brown rice will come at staples for complex carbohydrates.
Okay.
So wheat, oat, millet. We also have what we call barley. Also another form of whole grain. Aside that, we have fruits and vegetables.
No, stop. What about the tubers?
Okay.
Give me some tubers.
Okay, so plantain.
Plantain,
yes, has shown to have fiber.
Okay.
So potatoes.
You
so sweet potato.
Sweet potato especially.
Yes, especially.
Okay.
Has fiber in there. Yes. So
yam.
So yam. There's been a lot of misconception about yam. A lot of things out there about yam. People say because it has starch and all that, but
they all have starch.
Yes, but the fiber content in yam, as compared to plantain, is low. Yes.
Okay, so I'll balance the yam with contumely so that
contumely.
I'll get high fiber. I'll get fiber from the other side.
Yes.
So yam is better with contumely than with tomato stew.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Oh, you can do tomato stew with chopped carrots, green pepper, beetroot, all those things inside to
beetroot
be the fiber.
In the stew.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
I only see beetroot with drink.
Oh no! We eat beetroots. We even chop it on rice dishes. Beetroot. It's very nice when you taste that.
I see.
Yes, but people blend and all that. But you can eat that.
If you blend it, you're losing the fiber.
I'm losing the fiber. They strain everything away. They feel like because it's beetroot, I'm drinking. No, but we need the beetroot itself.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you give us. So I can have my yam.
Yes.
If I have it with something else that was also high fiber.
Stew, cabbage stew. Yes. But the yam also, the portion size, is what we call glycemic load.
Okay.
So there can be a low glycemic index food that doesn't spike up sugars. But when you load it, so they say, okay, maybe millet porridge is good. Then the portions you fetch more, it can also have an effect or an impact.
Yeah, that one, I know that personally. When I drink Hausa cocoa, my sugar goes up. I've tested that one. I was the experiment. And I found out that maybe for other people it works, but for me, my sugar goes. Sugar. And my load is not that much. But I discovered that it doesn't work for me. Same thing as I tell people that Gari is good to eat. Because the process means that you squeeze the starch out. So Gari is high fiber without too much starch.
Yes.
But for two of us, myself and some other lady, when we eat Gari, the
sugar goes up.
There's something wrong with this. But everybody else like, it's fine, it's normal, it's okay, it's fine, it works. But for me and the other lady in particular, we find a way to extract sugar from Gari. So. I guess we have to, and that is why there's an advantage when talking about this. If you have a continuous glucose monitor, it allows you to know the meals that work great with you.
Yes, the postprandial glucose.
Since we are talking about diabetes, the order of the meal. So I was watching this clip where this gentleman ate rice. Okay. Then he ate rice and stew, then avocado, and then ate a salad. And he checked the sugar. He was using a CGM, and the sugar spiked.
Okay.
So the next day, he turned it around. He had a salad first. He had avocado. He had the meat. Then he had the rice and stew. His sugar was flat.
That's flat. Wow.
So the same dish, but just because of the order in which he changed it. And the argument was that the food caused the salad first caused the stomach to be filled with the fiber.
Yes.
And the fiber and the meats and the fat from the avocado resulted that by the time the rice was coming, he was a little bit full.
Yes.
And B, the absorption was slowed because of the other things inside the stomach, and so the sugar didn't spike.
Yes.
So if that makes the order makes a difference, right?
Yes, it makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay. So we should also be careful about the order in which we eat our foods.
Yes.
So that is just for, like, say somebody is a diabetic.
Yeah.
So by reducing your calories as a diabetic, changing the kind of foods you eat to lower glycemic foods, portion control, and changing the order in which you eat and the timing that you eat, you would result in it will modify your disease.
Yes. Physical activity, not being left out, because it helps with glucose uptake also.
It helps to burn the sugar. Yes. So it's been argued that for those who are on very, very low calorie diets, their diabetes basically goes away, because their sugar levels remain normal they reduce the load.
Yes.
I describe diabetes as a condition where you have an impaired ability to handle sugar. So if we give you lower sugar, we can manage within the level. It's like your engine is weak, so we don't make you go too fast.
Yes.
So then you're able to cope.
Exactly.
But if you give it a normal load, the car can't carry it, and that's the situation there.
Yes.
So some people can be technically cured
Yes.
of their diabetes
Yes.
if their calorie load is low enough,
It's low enough.
for them to be able to be healthy.
Yes.
That's right? Makes
Yes.
sense?
Makes sense.
Oh, okay, good. I thought I was minty. Yeah, it's okay. So with diabetes, we can basically modify the disease
Yes.
just by our diet.
Just by our diet.
Obesity.
Okay, so obesity too, we can modify that with diet. So limiting processed foods, because those ones have saturated trans fatty acids that causes overweight and obesity. So limiting processed foods. Also limiting the intake of simple carbohydrate, refined. So refined and processed.
Okay.
Yes. Then, so not just the diet, sedentary lifestyle too can cause obesity. So you look at that one too. Then the foods you are supposed to take will still come back to our almighty fiber-rich foods again. Yes, so our fruits and vegetables are there.
So essentially, the diabetic diet and the obese diet are kind of around the same.
Yes, because
they are close.
that's why weight loss reduces your risk of chronic diseases. So weight loss reduces your risk. So obesity is a malnutrition. Yes.
Okay. So that's another problem. So if you have the right kind of diet, you would lose weight.
You lose weight.
You would lose weight. Okay. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time all too soon. Time for our third song. It's Alpha and Omega by Selena Boateng featuring Anklato.
Z 101.9 FM.
Hallelujah. The Bible says, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you. That says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you unexpected end. Just keep trusting God and everything will be all right. My Lord who began it, He will accomplish it. My Lord who began it, He will accomplish it. He is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He will accomplish it. Surely He will accomplish it. He is the Alpha and Omega, oh, the beginning and the end. Oh, He will accomplish it. He will accomplish it.
Our God who began it,
Z
He will accomplish it. Your Lord who began this work, He will accomplish it, because He's the Alpha, Omega, beginning and the end. He will accomplish it.
He will accomplish it.
He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He will accomplish it.
101.9 FM.
Welcome back to the last segment of this program. Thank you for staying with us. This is the Z Wellness Link. I'm your host, Dr. Padiaite, and Nana Kwame Ewusi Akon has been giving us great points to ensure that we have a nice, healthy life. Nana Akon, cardiovascular disease.
Okay.
How can we modify cardiovascular disease with our diet?
With our diet. Okay. So there are different types of diets that have proven to reduce risk of cardiovascular diseases. So diets like what we call the Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet. You have what we call the DASH diet. That's a dietary approach to stopping hypertension. So I want to talk about that too. We also have a low-fat diet also there. So Mediterranean diet is basically a type of diet that is being practiced by the Southern Europeans. So maybe Greece, Israel, Italy. Yes, and with this particular diet, it encourages more or increased consumption of fruits and vegetables, increased consumption of nuts and seeds, increased consumption of whole grains also in there, reduction of processed foods also, then reduction of high fatty products also. Then this Mediterranean diet, also encourages the consumption of red wine. Red wine also in there. Then also encourages physical activity also in there. So that's how Mediterranean diets can help reduce risk. So that's the various components of that. Then the DASH diet, dietary approach to stop hypertension. So low sodium intake.
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
There are things that I fight with.
Mm.
And describing it is it's going to be a long discussion. We can talk about it after the program.
Okay.
Just that I think everybody should study all the individual things and decide as to what works.
Yes.
Get as much information as you can, because there are arguments for and against the low sodium and whether it really makes a difference in cardiovascular distance. But essentially, the DASH diet is similar to the Mediterranean diet.
Yes.
They all favor vegetables,
Yes.
fruits, low-fat dairy.
Yeah.
They minimize red meats, fats, and oils.
Yes.
Is that
yes,
right?
please. Yes.
And they don't want you to eat processed foods.
Yes.
And then it drops the blood pressure by a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So those two are quite similar.
Similar.
The challenge is that diet studies are difficult to do. You need to do it for a very long time.
For a very long time.
You have to trust that the patients are doing what they are supposed to have done, because
Yes.
the Mediterranean diet, for instance, when they studied it, they discovered that there's supposed to be 3 groups: one with Mediterranean diet and olive oil, one with Mediterranean diet and nuts, and one with low fat. They discovered that all 3 were doing the Mediterranean diet. So he spoiled the study.
Yes.
But then it became actually a comparison between nuts and oils in the end. So there are challenges with that aspect. And that is why sometimes we will see one thing now, and later on we will say, oh no, in actual fact things are a little bit different because we've done a few more studies. So I think that one is but basically the part that we agree on is basically low calorie, more vegetables and fruits. And I have a problem with our Ghanaian diet. We don't really eat that many vegetables. If you're not having one of those fetidechi or contemporary stew, or maybe a cabbage stew, or garden egg stew, we don't really put. I mean, if in Nigeria their light soup includes leaves.
Yes.
There are leaves in their light soup.
Their light soup.
Our light soup is just straight light soup.
Straight.
We don't seem to have the Nigerians have got all kinds of meals that are, have all kinds of vegetables.
New recipes.
Some of them look a bit odd, but you can see that it's chock full of nutrients.
Of nutrients, yes.
And we don't seem to have that kind of variety, or maybe we just need to popularize more Ghanaian dishes. That's what that's your job.
Yes, that's our job.
You need to popularize more Ghanaian dishes that contain fruits, that contains vegetables.
Yes, okay, yes.
You understand? You need to popularize it so that we'll eat more of those things. Tozafi, when what's the name of the soup that they have with it?
The kuka.
I don't know. The soup they have with the tozafi, it has quite a lot of vegetables inside.
Leaves in
but we don't have. I've only been able to name a few. I'm sure there are a lot more that we are just not aware of, and we need to find ways to popularize those things a whole lot more. Does changing your diet from a traditional diet of your country to a Western diet affect your health?
Okay.
Because interestingly, it has been found that I just want to find out whether this was universal. Those in Japan. Japan tend to have better health indices than in America. If they leave Japan and go and live in America and eat an Americanized diet, they get the same bad health parameters as those in America. And it's been argued that it's because of the food that they eat. I don't know whether you're familiar with those kinds. Does it really exist?
Yes, it exists.
It exists.
Yes.
So that means if I live in Ghana and I've been eating my millet banku and contemporary stew, or I have my gari and okra stew,
kokonte
kokonte, yes, kokonte and peanut soup. and then I leave and I now go and eat fish fingers and burgers and you know,
the pizzas and all that,
and microwave dinners and things of that sort. You inherit the disease that comes with it too.
Yes. Yes.
So that means when you're out there, you should be eating Ghanaian. You should be eating traditional dishes as much as possible. Because our dishes tend to be less processed.
Yes.
Even though we take too long to cook. Our dishes take too long to cook. Look at how long it takes to cook palm nut soup. We need to find a faster way.
But now there's neat palm nut soup.
So we can just buy it.
And fufu card, there's neat fufu.
The fufu card, I'm looking for the machine. I hear it came and it went. I want to experiment with it.
Well, there's some in town. People still today being sandy like this. People have queued to bed.
Yeah, so it's. I think it's important that we shouldn't think that because you are living in a certain particular part of the world, their food is better.
It's better.
It's more attractive. It's tastier. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it is better. We have 4 minutes to the end of the program. There's so much. We want to talk about a weight gain diet, a bodybuilding diet, a longevity diet, but I'd like us to leave our people with a weight loss diet.
A weight loss.
So I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 kg. I'm willing to do whatever you ask me to do. Over how many months do you think I should lose that weight, and what should I eat to effectively lose that weight?
Okay.
Exercise is separate. The exercise, we'll do the exercise. But I want to be able to, and I weigh 100 kg. Your advice?
Okay. You weigh 100 kg.
Yes.
Okay. So first thing I'll advise.
You like the 100? I should give you 120. 100.
So, first thing I'll advise with your diet, cutting down on processed and refined foods.
Okay. Step 1, cut down processed and refined foods. Step 2,
cutting down fat consumption.
Fat. What do you mean by fat?
Okay, so saturated fats.
Yeah, like what?
Okay, so saturated fats.
No, when I go, what am I supposed to, when I'm buying this, don't buy this.
Yes, okay, so fried. So all your meals are fried.
We should reduce the
fried
content.
Yes, okay. Fried food. So we should find other ways of preparing meals that can help us do away with that. Then high carbohydrate consumption. There should be portion control when it comes to carbohydrate consumption, because excess is going to be stored as fat.
No matter what I do.
Yes.
Okay.
So cut down carbohydrate portions. Then we now include in our diet fruits and vegetables, which is a fiber, because fiber is a non-digestible part of carbohydrate. Okay. It can help you feel full, but doesn't necessarily cause a lot of trouble for you. Okay. So more fruits and vegetables. Then I'll also encourage, so lean, when it comes to meat, protein sources, I'll encourage more plant proteins. When it comes to animal proteins, lean meat, fish for you to help with the weight loss. Other one again, I'll also encourage you on some healthy snacks you can also do.
Like what?
Instead of doing the sugar sweetened beverages, you can do what we call granola, a mixture of seeds and nuts. Okay. Very rich in vitamins and nutrients, also high in fiber. So you can do that granola. You can also do like our fruits as snacks. So that these are all healthy snacks. You can even do roasted plantain with groundnuts. It's a healthy snack. Yeah. You can do that. Yeah, so healthy snacks, cutting down of fried foods, cutting down of carbohydrate portions. Yes, then proteins, lean meats, more fishes in your diet. Then using healthy fats. We also, I like talking about fats, healthy fats. So avocado pay is a healthy fat. I encourage you to take that.
It also makes you full. Fat makes you full.
Fat makes you full.
So you don't eat as much.
As much as you should take. Yes. So
portion control, the right balance of foods that you should take.
Yes.
And so talking about that, I was thinking about it the other day, that what are the methods that people use to lose weight chemically? If you're taking the shots that people have been using to lose weight, essentially it makes you not feel hungry.
Yes, suppresses appetite.
So it suppresses appetite.
Yes.
So that means you're eating less.
Eating less.
the other thing, we've got gastric bypass. It makes your stomach small, so you eat less.
Eat less.
You've got the balloon we put inside your stomach. So because of that, it occupies space.
Yes.
Eat less.
Yes.
Essentially, it just means eat less.
Yes. Eat less.
All these are chemical and mechanical methods to make you eat less.
Eat less.
So if you can find enough willpower and a plan, that will result in you eating less. You will lose weight. Because I know people who have, all they did was either they took the shots or they put the thing in their tummy and they lost weight.
Okay, they lost, yes.
My challenge is that if you get off those things and you haven't changed your eating habits, you will go back and you gain the weight.
Again. Yes.
Then they will charge you again for a new set of. It's a good business, pal. Just people keep failing. They'll come back.
They'll come back again. Yeah. So it's
so,
less.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to lose weight, figure out how you can eat less and fill your tummy with things that will fill your tummy, but are very calorie poor, so that you don't gain the weight.
Yes.
I'm very grateful for the time that you have spent with us today. It has been quite interesting. Nana Kwame Usiakun, I'm very grateful for your time. It has been very enlightening, and I'm hoping that our listeners have something that they are going to execute from today, so that they shall be able to live a nice, healthy, long life. We've spoken about our diet and our health, and we've spoken about the interventions that we can make with our foods to ensure that we are healthy. We hope to see you next week, where we shall continue with our discussion on an interesting topic that will guarantee that we shall live a well and healthy life. Thank you very much. We shall close with our song, our last song. It's a praise medley by No Tribe. See you next week. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.
You're tuned in to Zed 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.
Doctor